First time I was actually taking it.
Welcome to the after party of the SMASH Social Media Advanced Skills Huddle. A lot of learning from each other, and there was a lot of networking through the day because
before starting Social Radius, I started the first internet-based press release distribution company called Internet Wire, backed by Sequoia, and then when we got a second round from NASDAQ, we changed the name of the company to Market Wire. People of you, anybody here has heard of Radian 6? They're sort of the high end of social media monitoring. They're like kind of the grandfather. They've been around for about 4 years. And they just got sold to Salesforce for $326 million. Next generation is going to let you turn things off and modify. My keynote fireside chat with Jason. Jason, for those of you who don't know, I mentioned the world is divided into two people. There's the Jason haters, or as he calls them, the Jaders, and the Jason Nation. He's got over 100,000 followers on Twitter, and he, after being one of the world's most famous bloggers, all of a sudden one day said, "I'm quitting blogging," and he explained in detail why he did during this. And he now basically just has a private newsletter that you have to, be invited to this newsletter, and he goes back and forth, and he'll put a question out there. A lot in the crowd by saying that Facebook has peaked out, and Twitter still has a long way to go. So that was the first half of the day.
And a beta user. And really the business problem that it solved was taking the press kit, which used to be a printed press kit, right? And making it online. And really the idea came, in around 2000 when Eric was working the Grammy Awards. And so that's really what iPressroom has done, is making it easy for people to be able to publish their content in all the forms and formats people want today, whether it's video or photos. But the point is that at the end of the day, it really hasn't changed in the sense that we're still communicating and we're still packaging stories. And the stories need to be presented in a way without jargon, with facts, with authenticity, and we can see that time and time again. Producing was really about showing a roadmap of where you're going to go, so that you're managing expectations. That was sort of the big fundament. What are we going to be doing? What is it going to look like? And what are the outcomes? I guess it's for your own particular research on measurement overall. I know IABC has done, various organizations that, have formed measurement groups. But we heard from Sally Falco, who speaks a lot and is very well informed. And she talked about a few tools that she uses to do measuring. And there's a lot of tools. There was one of her favorites was a product called Mention Map that is a free tool that allows you to take any Twitter hashtag or any Twitter handle and pop it in there and basically show you sort of the relationship of that hashtag and tweets. Right? Can you just give me a calculator and I can plug this thing in? Well, yeah, there you go, right? So fostering innovation. And now they're stated another case study I thought was fascinating. At Kodak had a flip camera, right? Flip camera. And what Kodak found after monitoring is that there was a huge amount of discussion for people wanting an external. Jonathan Taplin, who's a professor here.
Were there any case studies about the relevance of crisis management and social media?
What's interesting is how much faster Twitter searches than Google. One of their Marriotts was like blown up, or had houses taken or whatever. They immediately had all press refer to their Twitter page. And they said it was so much easier to handle what was a worldwide tragedy.
Email address, even then it becomes very difficult to find you. Does Twitter have that same
conversation? But Twitter's not a social network, it's a microblog. And I always tell people that they're idiots if they put private over Twitter, because it defeats the purpose of Twitter, which is a broadcast engine.
Exactly.
If you want to do a private conversation, do it on your LinkedIn, do it on your Facebook, just to claim it, but as relevant follower. And basically, what that is you can go and get 100,000 followers on Twitter like that. They're on eBay, you can buy them, they're bots. They'll never do anything. They'll just simply say, hey, I have 100,000 followers. And if you look at them, you'll say, like, so-and-so in Venezuela, so-and-so. Yeah, I remember Jason actually did this when he had his Jason Calacanis instead of his @Jason account. He built himself up to about 70,000.
He purged,
and
right?
he purged.
Yeah.
He went up to 70,000 people by following every single person back,
Right.
and then right when he hit about 75,000, he purged everybody but about 20 people.
Right.
Now,
Right.
he dipped a little bit, but not that much, because at that point, I think he had sort of like, you looked and said, oh, I'm being unfollowed. Oh, well, I've heard of this guy. He's kind of famous. I should keep him up. But, yeah, but I didn't know he had this life perception.
I want to thank IABC, the LA chapter, for hosting this reception.
Okay, take it away, Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris Bechtel. I'm the CEO of iPressRoom, and I'm happy to be here today at Smash LA.
Awesome.
The social media skills huddle.
Great. Chris, I noticed you were talking a lot about outcome, and I wanted to just hear just a moment about what you really think about outcome regarding social media.
Well, yeah, I mean, outcomes are obviously, those are the objectives we're trying to accomplish. So in any program of marketing and communications, it's really about what that outcome might be, and I just recommend that everyone kind of think about what that specific outcome is, whether it's attendance to an event,
Right.
whether it's positive brand recommendations, whether it's actual sales, whether it's just coverage or a mention on a blog.
Right.
What is the outcome that we're trying to go for? And then that'll allow us to really kind of target what the tactics we're going to use to try and deliver on that outcome, and then how are we going to measure on that outcome?
Perfect. Excellent. Thank you so much.